Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Yellow Jacket Basketball Report. Today we have Jayden Hackley with us. Jayden, would you want to start by telling us a little bit about where you're from?
First of all, thanks for having me on the show, and I'm excited to be here. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I've lived there for a majority of my life. I lived in Minnesota for a little bit, but I was originally born in Nebraska.
Born in Nebraska. Where at in Nebraska?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yep.
Got a few people on the team from there.
Yep.
What led you to BH? Is there like a crazy story there?
Actually, is kind of a crazy story. So I think going into my senior year, it was over the summer, and I went to Northern Colorado camp, and Northern Colorado was recruiting me at the time. So I thought, that might be the school for me. So I ended up going to it was like a team camp and like an elite camp afterwards. So I played in the team camp, and one of the assistant coaches, Kyle Lawson at the time.
Yep.
He coached
he coached me for my first year.
So he was watching we were playing this New Mexico team, and they had a Division I. He had maybe 20 D1 offers, 6'9", 6'10", just big, strong, and we didn't have our big in the tournament, so our coach was like, "You're gonna have to guard the big," right? So the game starts, and we're playing, and first half, this big doesn't even score a point.
Yeah.
And I'm just locking him up in the post, and I ended up finishing the game with 22 points or something like that.
Yeah.
And Kyle Lawson told the other assistant, which I think was Wyatt at the time.
Oh, Coach Krogman.
Yeah. And told Thompson, he's like, "Hey, you got to come watch this kid."
Oh, so K-Law was already with BH at that point?
Yeah.
Because the first time he texted me for recruiting, he was at a different school.
Oh, really?
And then 2 weeks went by and he was at BH. It was weird.
Oh.
So he was already at BH?
He was already at BH,
Okay.
yeah. So then I didn't even see him at that game, but then I started seeing all three of them just watching my games, and I was like, Black Hill, who the heck is Black Hill? I don't even know where Black Hills is at, or what, but I later found out about the school and everything. So after the team camp, Coach Thompson came up to me. He was like, "I really like the way you play. I'm gonna give you my contact information, and we'll be in touch." And then that was kind of the start of it. And then he was just really consistent with communicating with me, and when are we gonna get you up here for a visit and all that type of stuff. So
yeah, he's really good at that.
He is
consistent in recruiting.
Yeah, he's a really good recruiter, and I came up here. I think it was my official visit, and I ended up meeting the team and everything, and I didn't really care about the cafeteria or where the school stuff is. The biggest thing for me was what is the team like? Because if I'm gonna
it's the same for me. The team was great.
So if I'm gonna come to a school to play basketball, I want to like the team, I want to like the coach and the program that I'm playing for. So once I met the whole team and the coaching staff, I was this is where I want to go. So
yeah. Well, one of the big things for me was because you played when you came on your visit, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of how they played. I really enjoyed it compared to the other schools.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just the style of basketball was so much better for me.
Yeah, that is another great point too, because he asked me what do you want to do on your visit, and I'm I don't really know what to do on it. That was my first visit and my only visit out of college, so I didn't really know what to do on a visit. So I was well, he's you can play with the team. I was sure, I'll practice with you guys, see, get a feel. And I think for anybody trying to get recruited, I think that's the best thing to do is
100%.
See how you fit in their system, and if you like playing in their system, because I feel some people will commit to a place and be I don't like this coach. I don't like how they play.
Some people come and they just don't play. They just sit and watch, and it's if you're injured, that makes sense. But if you have the opportunity, it's definitely I feel it's only a positive situation.
I agree.
The team gets a feel for you. You get a feel for the team. And I think it's good for all parties, but
Yep.
that's just some advice I'd give, honestly.
Yep.
Just play with the team on your visit.
On your visit.
Okay, when did you first start playing basketball, and how did you get in the sport?
First start playing basketball. Well, my grandma used to tell me when I was 3 years old, she got me like one of those miniature basketballs, like the small ones. And she said like I would just be dribbling it with both hands. So that's when I kind of first like started basketball really young. I don't even remember that well, but I think my first like when I first started like playing basketball was like first grade, and I had to play up because on a team, it was like a second grade team.
Yeah.
And it was just like some people that were from like a neighboring school, and it was second grade or first grade playing up at a second grade level. So
Yep.
What about you?
Around the same time, honestly.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't have any like early like, oh, grandma got me a basketball story or anything like that. But I do remember in elementary school I had to play up because honestly there's not that much competition in my community too.
Yeah.
And I was kind of bigger for my age. I don't know if it's the same thing for you.
Definitely not the same
definitely
for
not
me.
the same thing
I
for
was
you.
the smallest guy in the court up until that still is the case now.
Yeah. Who inspired you to play basketball growing up?
Oh, definitely my older brother.
Your
my
older
older brother was a huge influence on me. I looked up to him a lot, still do, obviously. But he kind of introduced me to the game of basketball and kind of got me into it. So I'd say like my brother.
Your older brother.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your most memorable moment in high school basketball?
Ooh, most memorable moment. I would say scoring 1,000 points.
Scoring 1,000 points.
Yeah, and I scored 1,000 points against our school's rival. So it was like a packed gym, and I think I needed like, I think it was like 18 points to get like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And in the first half, I had 16. So like,
So you just needed 2 more points.
I needed 2 more points, and it was like the hardest 2 points I've ever had to get in my whole life. Because like I maybe shot like 3 shots, didn't fall, but then like I got like a layup or whatever, and but an unreal experience. It was actually at like our rival school.
Yeah.
And like everybody in the crowd knew it, so like our whole student section stormed the court and like was like basically just going like in the middle of a game. Unreal. Yeah.
Definitely. How did you choose your jersey number? Number 2, the big number 2.
Number 2. So this is kind of like a personal thing for me, but my youngest sister Jasmine, she was a twin.
Yeah.
But my other brother, or she was a twin, but her brother, it was like my sister and the brother.
Yeah.
He ended up not making it.
In the womb.
Yeah. So I started wearing the number 2 because of them, like because there was 2 of them.
Yeah.
And like my little sister Jasmine, she's that one part, and then like he's like the other part. So it's like the 2 of them. Like,
how old is your sister Jasmine?
She is, I believe she's 8 now.
8 now.
Yeah, she's 8.
So you were around like 14, 13? 13?
Yeah, it was just before high school.
Just before high school?
Yeah, so, and then it was really kind of strange how it happened because my freshman year, I ended up making varsity, and I was like the last person. You know how it goes, like freshmen like are the last person to like pick their jersey number?
Yeah.
And for some reason, 2 was still available.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I was
maybe a senior had it the year before, and everybody just kept the same numbers.
Yeah, I think that might have been it. But I saw 2 was still available, and I'm like,
yeah, jumped on. I'm
gonna get number 2 if I can, and then it just kind of stuck with me and kind of became a thing. Well, you made it a thing when I got up here.
Oh, the number 2 thing.
Yeah,
the jokes. Yeah, I don't think anybody wore it the year before you. Like you remember.
It was that's also actually a really crazy story of how I got the because what was that? There was someone with the number 2, but he had like that heart condition. You don't know?
On my team?
Yes. He had like a heart condition, and it might have been the year before you.
I think it was the year before me.
Yeah, but I remember Thompson was telling me this. He had like a heart condition, and then he ended up having to like step away from basketball.
Yeah.
But he had I think he had like 2 or 3 years left too. But he was like, that was another way he got me too. Was like, he was like,
Number 2's there.
Number 2's available. I know you like number 2, and I was like, I can't say no to that.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good selling point.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports growing up, or was it just basketball?
I played a lot growing up. My mom didn't let me play tackle football till 7th grade, but I played a lot of flag football. I played volleyball.
Pretty good at volleyball.
Yep. Yep. Ran track. What else did I do? Oh, I like to play golf. I'm not the best golfer.
Oh, I know.
But I do enjoy playing golf.
Yeah. No, golf's fun.
I'm trying to think what else. I think that's really... I mean, I'll play like tennis if it's out.
If it's there.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's been the biggest difference between high school and college basketball?
I would say the intensity and speed of the game.
Intensity and speed of the game?
I would say like high school is very slow compared to college, and just like in college everybody plays hard. Like if you don't play hard, you don't even have a chance.
Yeah.
Like in high school, I feel like you could
get away with it.
You could get away with a lot more in high school, and I just feel like looking back on high school, like it was kind of easy to score too. Like college is
I feel the same way.
A lot harder to score, I feel like, and
yeah.
I mean,
I like the structuredness, I'm not gonna lie.
In
compared
college?
to high school, yeah.
Well, how was your high school like?
My high school team was good. I mean,
how was like your structure and everything though?
I mean, we'd run a play every now and then. Yeah, and it's like they just taught spacing, but that was about it.
Yeah.
They just like told you where to be, kind of.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like somebody go make a play.
Yeah.
Whereas in college, and maybe we're just in a good program.
Yeah.
But we have like a set flow.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is like, and you can just rely on your teammates a lot more. You don't have to overthink, oh, am I going to get shots and all that.
Yeah.
I just liked it a lot more. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
I feel like my high school was like, it was basically just like a dribble drive offense, which I feel like some colleges have.
Yeah.
I feel like our girls team does that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Ball.
Yeah. Jiggle ball, basically.
That's how my high school team was.
Yeah, but it was just like a dribble drive offense, and I mean, it worked in high school because like I would just dribble by somebody, everybody would collapse, and I would like
kick it
make
out,
a pass out.
People don't know. People didn't know how to close out on drivers in high school. Free pass outs.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
How has being a student athlete shaped your college experience? So how do you balance it? And what's some advice you have for aspiring student athletes?
Oh, I would say time management is the biggest thing.
Time management.
And I think I still struggle with time management even now, especially like now that I've like moved out of the dorms and everything. But I think time management is a huge thing. Like you can't just like if you got homework, like just get your homework done instead
100%.
of like putting it off for like another time
And just doing it the night it's due.
Yeah, because it's gonna come back to haunt you, and then you're gonna be up late stressing about an assignment. So
it just adds extra stress that you don't
does.
need, honestly.
Like,
You do not need that.
You don't. And like I mean like the sport that you're playing takes up like a good portion of your time. And I would say like just find something outside of school and your sport that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And like it can be like watching movies or going on hikes or
Well, something to take your mind off it too.
Yeah,
Because it always
yeah.
doesn't go good, and it's good to be able to like escape for a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's the most important thing is just have something outside of your sport. Obviously, like be dedicated to
Your sport.
and
Because
your
it pretty much is your whole life.
It is, yeah.
Whenever you're in college during season, especially during season.
Yeah.
Because those road trips, they added an extra day for us this year, so we're gone 5 days.
5 days.
5 days out of a 7-day week.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
Which is
but,
also horrible for school too.
yeah, I don't like the change. I'm
Like
not gonna lie.
telling your teacher, yeah, I'm not going to be in class this week is
Yeah. Well, I'm missing half my classes pretty much.
Yeah,
Just how it
yeah.
goes.
But yeah, I would definitely say time management and just find something like outside of your sport and school to do.
Okay, that's good advice. What's your favorite thing about our team's culture?
I I think my favorite thing about our team's culture is just like everybody's like bought in and like wants the same thing. Like I feel like some teams, like even in high school, and I feel like my freshman year we had some like people with like individual goals.
Yep.
But I feel like this year it's like everybody wants the same thing, and like it doesn't matter like what my stats are or what your stats are. Like we all just want to win games, and
that's the stat that matters, the win-loss.
There's a win and loss, and like I think that's really important for a team. And like this year hasn't been like an easy road for us either.
Oh no, but I think it will benefit us in the long run.
I do too, and that's another thing about our team is like we're like resilient, and like no matter what happens, like we're just gonna like stay together and just keep taking steps forward.
People don't accomplish things without adversity. So
exactly,
we can say we've already been through all that, so the good stuff can start coming now.
I want to ask you, what's your favorite thing about our team?
Oh, I feel like we have good people in our program.
That's
something I like. Like they always recruit good people who their heart's always in the right place. Like you can never judge that with the people we have in the locker room.
Yeah,
you can never say that's not there. So it's like you have that baseline of everybody wants to be there. Yeah, everybody cares about each other. So
I agree. Yeah.
What's your typical daily schedule like in season?
Daily schedule in season. So usually it's if we got weights in the morning,
which we do tomorrow.
Yeah. Wake up, go to weights. After weights, I have class right after. So weights, go to class. And then after class, I usually will eat lunch. And then if I have time to do homework, I'll do homework. And then we'll usually have like practice, and depending on what time practice is, I'll either shoot before practice or I'll shoot after practice, like whenever. Yeah. Like if we have like a later practice, I'll shoot.
Or if the girls are on before us.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Shoot before.
And then after practice, go home, shower. Do homework if I have any, and then just relax.
Yep.
Rest my body, hydrate, get ready for the next day.
Yep, that's important. Nutrition. Yeah. Nutrition is important.
What does your day typically look like?
It varies if I have class or not. If I don't have class, honestly, it's like wake up, go to weights, come back. Usually I try and have like a protein shake and a bunch of fruit after, so that holds me over till lunch. Yeah. The first thing I do, I try and get all my schoolwork that I need to for that day done, like just right after weights, get it out of the way. And then usually like I'll read some of my textbook in my class that I'm interested in. And then maybe get on the game for a little bit. It depends.
For a little bit.
It depends what time we practice, because I like eating 2.5 hours before for lunch. Because I don't want to risk it. We could run more in that practice. Yeah. So I can't cut it too close. So usually 2.5 hours is a good barrier.
I also want to ask you real quick, how do you feel about like getting like our pregame meal? Do you feel like it's like too late for our pregame meal?
It depends how much time we have in between, because I feel like sometimes I'll be like, okay, we got like an hour 45 before you be back at the gym, and then sometimes you gotta be back in 30 minutes. Yeah. So it's like for my whole process, sometimes it's too late for me. Yeah. But then Kellen said it was too early and we need something closer to the game. It was his opinion. And Kellen's our coach. Kellen is our strength coach, by the way, for anybody listening.
Great guy.
Great guy, 100%. But yeah, his opinion, we need to eat something closer to the game.
Yeah, but I feel like a whole sandwich is too much. Like sometimes if it's like close, I just like I'll take like maybe a bite or two, and then I'll just
or eat half. Yeah, that's what I did my first 2 years. I just eat half of it.
Eat half of it.
Well, okay, I can't say that. Never mind. Okay, how do you mentally prepare for games?
Mentally prepare for games. One thing I've been doing recently is just I'll put like my headphones in. And I won't turn on any music, but I'll just just be in like
the noise cancellation.
Yeah, and I'll just be in like my thoughts and just being present where I'm at. I mean,
when do you do that? Like right before the game, or?
I would do that. I do that like usually after we eat our pregame meal.
Yep.
So just like preparing my mind for like the game and like just kind of like slowing my brain down and just telling myself like just go out there and do what you do. I feel like a lot of times, I don't know about you, but I put like a lot of like pressure and stress on myself for no reason. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's just a basketball game.
100%. Great to keep that perspective.
Yeah. So that kind of helps me like not overthink things and just go out and.
Which I've had always, like my whole basketball career, one of the things that helped me back in high school a lot was I'd overthink.
Yeah.
And I'd overanalyze and think too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, like every mistake, I was harped up on it. And the best advice I give anybody is just let it go, honestly. Yep. Let it go and keep playing. You're probably, give it 5 minutes, you're the only one in the gym who remembers that mistake. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you just got to move on and keep playing. And if you harp on that mistake and keep it in your head, then it's not going to make you play better. It definitely probably just make you play worse.
Exactly.
So just move on from that.
Yeah. But I mean, there's some other things that I do like some stretching and like just some mobility stuff just to get my body ready to go. But yeah, other than that, I think the main thing is just like mentally preparing for a game.
Yep.
So,
do you have any pregame superstitions or rituals? Something that you do before every game? I feel like if you miss it, you're not going to play as good or whatever.
I wouldn't say it's like a superstition, but it's definitely something I do before every game. So like after we do like the lineups or whatever.
Yeah.
And before like we do tip off, I'll go to like the corner on the court and I always just like say a prayer, and it's usually something along the lines of just like I'm just thankful to be here.
Yep.
Be thankful to be in this position. Like just help me play to the best of my ability. Just things like that. But I just think it's always important to, be grateful and thankful for what you do have. Because last year I didn't get the opportunity to play, which was a very hard
time.
Yeah, something very hard to go through. But, I think that was good for me in a way, just to give me like a perspective on the game and like how much of this like we take for granted. So, I think that would be like my one thing that I have to do before the game. So.
How do you stay motivated during tough stretches of the season? Like, we've had some tough stretches already. So how do you keep that motivation there?
I think the main way I stay motivated is just being present and just reminding myself that one game doesn't define me and one game doesn't define us as a team.
Yep.
And, something that I heard, I believe it was Kobe Bryant, but he said like, if you win the game, you're going to have to wake up and do the whole process all over again because you're going to have another game. If you lose the game, you're going to have to do the same thing, right? So like just being like present in each day and like if you win, like celebrate that win. If you lose, let that loss hurt. But then like the next day, like none of that matters.
Yeah, and you're just doing the same thing.
You got to do the same thing. You got to wake up, go get shots up, go to practice, whatever it may be. Prepare for the next game. So just staying like present and staying in the moment, and just realizing that it's just a game and, anything can happen.
100%. Anything can happen. It's kind of the biggest thing for me is there's so many stories of teams doing great later in the year. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of just like, with basketball, our season's so long, so teams improve throughout the year.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, teams will kind of underperform at the beginning of the season, and then they pick up steam and start doing better throughout the year. So it's just always helps me keep hope with everything. It's
yeah.
And all it takes is a good run. And
yeah. And that's like different from like football, because I feel like in football, if you lose
a game,
a game or two, it's
dramatically shapes
your season is over.
Yeah.
But we got a little more leeway and time, which can be a good thing, but can also be a bad thing with just like the length of our season and everything.
What's something that you want to improve in your game?
I would say definitely 3-point shooting. I don't think I've shot it great from 3 this year. And then obviously just like playmaking, I feel like could always be better. Just making plays for other people. Definitely 3-point shooting.
3-point shooting.
Yeah. What about you? Besides being healthy for every game.
I love playmaking. It's probably my favorite part about basketball, honestly. And honestly, just staying locked in and focused the entire time, honestly. Like, that's something easy that can be fixed.
Yeah.
That sounds easy.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, being focused the whole time, not taking any plays off, playing every play as like it's your last one.
Yeah.
What do you think that makes our team and program unique to other teams and to other D2 programs?
Well, I think a difference here is like definitely just like our team dynamic. I feel like our team dynamic is unlike anybody else's. Like, I feel like we have a good group of guys, and we have a good group of guys, and we also have like talented guys too. Like, I feel like everybody on our team can play. And I feel like our culture is built around like we're all good players, and the only way we become the best versions of ourselves is when we make each other better. Like, we don't have just like one guy scoring 30 every night and everybody else is averaging like 5 points a game. Like, we got so many different weapons on offense, and we have people who can like defend and like lock up the ball
and do their role.
Yeah. So I feel like we have a lot of people that are talented, and we have a lot of people in their roles that are playing their roles very well. Obviously, if they go somewhere else, they could probably have like a bigger role.
Yeah.
And like, average more points or whatever it may be. But I feel like when everybody's playing their role and everybody's like locked in, like, we're really hard to beat. And I think that's what makes us like so tough and so unique.
Yeah.
And I also think we like share the ball like more than any Division II that I've ever seen. Like, if you just watch our film, like,
we move the ball.
We move the ball around. Like, if you try to trap us,
take pride in it, honestly.
Yeah. If you try to like trap us, that's like the best thing.
That's
like
playing into what we want to do.
Like, go ahead and trap us.
Yeah.
We'll just drop it off to the big and make one mores and like hit a 3.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
One of the biggest things for me for Division II programs is the community in Spearfish too.
That's true.
And how supportive everybody is.
We do have that was another selling point on why I also came up here.
How great our community is.
We have a great support system. Like, you can just go out in the town and people will be like,
we'll come talk to you. People
we'll come talk to you. Yeah. And like, I literally had somebody today be like, hey, like, great game last night. Yeah. And that just happens there like all the time. Like, people just know you and like they'll have a conversation with you.
100%. Yeah.
So,
yeah, a lot of great people in Spearfish, South Dakota. Mm-hmm. I think our attendance is usually one of the best in D2 too.
Oh, it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked about this earlier about having something to go to whenever like school and basketball is becoming a lot. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
My favorite thing to do outside of basketball is probably just hanging out with my girlfriend.
Hang out with your girlfriend?
Yeah. We do a lot of things. I mean, watching TV shows, watching movies.
What's the last TV show you watched?
We're actually watching she's into like crime and that kind of stuff now, so not like watching
not participating.
Not participating in crime. Watching like crime shows. But it's called Will Trent, and it's about this guy who has dyslexia.
Yeah.
But he's like really smart, and he knows how to like see things from a different angle. So he's like a really good detective. So that's the show we've been watching.
That sounds like a good show.
I'm also watching all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, we watched a bunch together, 100%.
Well, I've only seen a couple of the Marvel movies. Which one are you on now? I think it's I think it might be like Ant-Man or something.
Ant-Man. Have you watched any since we watched
I haven't, no.
Winter Soldier? You haven't?
I haven't. Oh, wait. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. You got the second one. I think they're back to back.
Yeah, I watched both of those.
Okay.
I forget what's after that, but...
I think it is Ant-Man or something like that. Yeah,
but I'll probably watch that. If you want to watch that with me, let me know. Or I'll just watch it by myself.
We are traveling on Wednesday. So we could watch it Wednesday night in the hotel.
Yeah, we could. What do you like to do outside of basketball and school?
Hang out with my girlfriend's a big one too. Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Highly recommend getting a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girlfriend, especially mine. I got a really good girlfriend.
You got a good girlfriend.
I do have a good girlfriend.
I have a good girlfriend too, 100%. And both our girlfriends are athletes, so they kind of understand and go through the same things that we do. So
yeah, makes it a lot easier.
It's a good dynamic. So yeah, hang out with my girlfriend or play video games. Honestly.
Yeah.
What's your major and what inspired you to choose it?
My major is exercise science, and what I want to do with that is be a physical therapist. And I think the reason I wanted to be a physical therapist or want to be a physical therapist is because, like, I remember I had like an injury. I think it was like 8th grade, and it kind of like lingered into like my freshman year.
Yep.
And I ended up going to like a physical therapist, and like it was just like a great experience. Like he was a great guy. I obviously, like, physical therapy is not like, I guess, hard. I'm not gonna lie. Doing physical therapy for anything, like for any injury, it's definitely hard. But
it's a whole workout.
It is.
You go there to have another workout, pretty much.
Yeah. But my physical therapist made like that journey just so rewarding. I obviously worked really hard, but like that journey was just so rewarding.
Yeah.
And like I've always been like I thought I was like really strong, but like if you go like a couple months of doing like rehab and physical therapy, like you'll just be like so much stronger. Like you're more flexible, and
if you stick with it and do what they tell you.
Yeah,
100%.
And it just like takes you like to another level, like in your sport and just like as a person overall. So
because overall health is good. So I feel like for anybody, physical therapy is a good thing.
Yeah. So that kind of like gave me the inspiration to do that, because I mean it was definitely rewarding for me, but I feel like also for him to like just see someone go from like their injury to, you know, just being like even more like ready to play their sport and more I feel like that's really rewarding, and I feel like I would want to do that. So
what's been your favorite class so far?
My favorite class is definitely kinesiology. Yeah.
Is that like, it's motion, right? Or movement?
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
So it's like the movement of the body and like how the body moves.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But that class was really cool. I took it last year. That class was really cool because I got to see like, learned about all the muscles, bones, and basically how they connect with each other, and then also how they move with each other. So if anybody doesn't know what a physical therapist is, that's kind of what I would be dealing with when I get like a physical therapist job.
And how muscles interact with each other.
Yeah. So like if someone comes in with an issue, like what exercises to do for this, like so we would I really liked the labs. The class was just like the material and like learning about it, but the labs were really fun because you would get like 3 different muscles for your group, and then you would have to say like you have to come up with like exercises of like how to work out this muscle. Yeah. And then you would like show the class and like demonstrate it, which I thought was pretty cool. So
yeah, that does sound fun.
I also wanted to ask you what do you want to do with, because you're business, right?
Yeah, business management.
What do you want to do with that?
Honestly, I like the overall idea of business. My dream with businesses is to be able to invest and fund small businesses. That's the point I'd want to get to.
Nice.
So that's kind of what I do with it. Right now, I'm just trying to like broaden how much I understand business overall and how it functions and everything like that.
Yeah.
Next question is, what's your favorite restaurant in Spearfish? What's your go-to spot?
My go-to spot. That's a tough one. I think right now it changes like every couple of months, but I think right now it's Killian's.
Killian's. What do you get?
I either get the chicken Jerusalem or I get the E-Rock burger.
E-Rock burger, yeah.
But I will say you know where Steerfish used to be?
No. Is it like no?
You've never had Steerfish before? It closed down. It's like a new restaurant. It's called like El Sombrero or something.
Oh, the Mexican place people were talking about? Yeah, I haven't been. I've heard good things, though.
I went there, I believe it was last night. It was really good. I would definitely recommend. Good. I know you don't like vegetables, so just get something without vegetables.
Just get something without vegetables.
But okay. I definitely would recommend that place. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
My favorite spot is Fuji-san. Honestly,
I actually haven't been there yet.
You need to.
I think I might.
It might be a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely like a date night thing.
Yeah, it'd have to be. Like I think I might go there for Valentine's Day then.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's probably sold out or booked out.
I'm gonna have to get reservations already.
Yeah, I might plan to call or something, figure it out.
Yeah, gonna have to for that place.
Do you have a favorite NBA team?
I don't have a favorite NBA team, but I do like NBA players.
Okay. You just kind of follow the players around. Yeah. Like the LeBron fans. Wherever he at is my favorite team.
I mean, I think it's hard not to be a LeBron guy just because of like what he's done.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say...
No, I was just using them as an example. Okay, because all LeBron fans, they were Heat fans and Cavs and Lakers.
Yeah. No, I do think it's hard to not be a LeBron fan just based off of what he's done for the sport. But I think my favorite player is... Kyrie. I like Kyrie Irving. The way he plays and also just like the type of person he is. So yeah, I would say Kyrie Irving is probably my favorite player.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
From Oklahoma, so Russell Westbrook, of course.
Russell Westbrook?
Of course.
But he's not on the Thunder anymore.
It doesn't matter.
It's not Shea?
I mean, he got me into basketball, kind of. That's kind of the era.
That makes sense, yeah.
And he was so fiery with how he played and everything. Yeah. I do like Shea a lot, though. Shea's up there.
Shea's a great player.
Shea's a great player.
I can't be mad at Russell Westbrook, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of basic choice now. More basic.
Really? Everybody's going to Russell Westbrook?
Well, I feel like he's on the good side of media now. The media hated him for a while, but now he's kind of like, he's been getting better press now, so I feel like more people are liking him all of a sudden. How do you handle criticism? Whether from coaches, like telling you what you do better, just random people who don't know what they're talking about.
When it's random people that don't know what they're talking about, I just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And just try to understand where they might be coming from. But when it comes from coach, I mean, you kind of have to listen to what coach says, so...
Well, he's not trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is you just have to know that he's trying to help you out and help the team out and help the team reach the best of its potential.
Yeah.
So, you know, it may not be what you want to hear, but he's going to tell you what you need to hear. So just do your best to do what he's telling you, even though it may not be what you want, but just, you know, take it and, you know, just do your best to try to make those changes and apply it to your game.
Yep. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Basketball, anything else?
I see myself 5 years. I see myself overseas playing basketball. I know I mentioned earlier that I want to do physical therapy, but I feel like playing professional basketball has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like with my work ethic and everything I put into this, I feel like it would kind of be, you know, silly not try to go play overseas. And like if that opportunity comes, I'm obviously going to take advantage of it. But yeah, I would say overseas playing basketball. If that doesn't work out, I'll probably be a physical therapist working somewhere. Yeah. Where do you see yourself?
Wait, I have a question. How much school do you think you'd have to do after your 4 years to be a PT? Is it 2 more?
It's 2 to 3 depending on the program you do. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad at all.
Yeah. What about you, though?
In 5 years?
5 years.
Hopefully running a business, whether it's my first one or a different one. But I do want to start a business in the next few years. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's kind of like what the dream would be.
Do you have an idea on like what type of business or like what?
Well, it kind of is just what is needed by the area, like a gap in the market is what you're looking for.
Okay,
and something that like solves a problem or something. Those are the best businesses, and the ones that work out is somebody has an issue, and then what your business does, it fixes that issue.
Okay, so you're gonna be fixing a lot of issues in 5 years.
Hopefully. What's your dream vacation destination?
Oh, my dream vacation destination? I would say Greece. I've heard a lot of great things about Greece.
Yep, 100%.
I think that would be a really cool place to go to. But I am currently planning a trip for this summer.
To where?
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah. And at first, I was like, well, I don't really know much about Vietnam.
Yeah.
But after seeing like pictures and just like different videos, it's a pretty cool spot. So,
oh yeah, there's a lot of beautiful underrated places around the world that you can go to that honestly aren't as expensive as the mainstream like options like France or Italy.
Italy is pretty expensive too.
Yeah,
I think Italy would also be on my list, but that's also, I feel like that would be pretty expensive.
Well, I gotta go see my soccer team play eventually
in Italy.
Yeah, Milan.
Oh, I bet those games are so crazy over there too.
It's insane. The way the fans get into it is absolutely insane.
That's another thing I want to talk about too real quick.
I think it's the same for basketball over there too. The
fans the fans overseas
are insane.
There's nothing like America. Nothing against America. I love my country and everything, but
and we have great fans too, obviously, but they're just a different type of invested in the team.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie? Kind of Peter to that.
My favorite movie. Can it be like a series?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. Yeah. See, I knew the answer to that one because he dragged me to the theater to watch the new one with him.
Which I will say, Kung Fu Panda 4 was not that good.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, and 3
are really good movies.
Very good. I know you don't like the first one because of what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very realistic. We'll save that for another day. Okay, folks, thank you for tuning in to the Yellow Jacket Basketball Report. We'll probably have a new episode soon. Can't wait to see you there.